Hello, it's Miss Heather, piano and voice teacher at Conservatory of the Ozarks, here with
Me.
Minnie. So we're working out the moves for Minnie's Christmas solo, Frosty the Snowman. So Minnie's going to hold the microphone in one hand, and we're going to start with Frosty, and so your arm will be out from your body with your palm bent like this. So Frosty the Snowman was bring your arm up in a big circle, jolly, happy soul. Then arm back down with a corncob pipe, and then another big circle with your arm, and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. Switch hands, and then so your other arm is down. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. So it's a question hand, and you tilt your head. Alright, they say he is. Then put your hand back down. He was made of snow, and then another big circle, but the children know how he came to life that day. So let's try that much together. It's kind of hard because we're such different heights. I'll stand back here, okay? So we start with this hand. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. Switch hands. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. Good job. And then next we have, oh, and I'm sorry for anybody who's watching this that I'm dressed like a princess, but we just had piano princess class, and Minnie changed her dress, but I did not, because I don't have anything to change into. But you're still a piano princess, even without your dress. Okay, and then there must have been some magic. So, let's see, we end with this song, so back to the question hand. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. Must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. No, on the word head is when you go up for that. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, and then shake your hand like this, he began to dance around. So when you turn in a circle, take your eyes and like look over your shoulder like this, and then bring your face back over as fast as you can. It's like you could pick one thing to look at and look at that, and then look back at it as fast as you can when you turn. Okay, so let's try that part again. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Good. So let's try from the beginning. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. Switch hands. Frosty the Snowman was a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Good, and we gotta switch over to the page. Yep, it's only 3 pages, but there's a repeat sign.
Okay, there's a repeat? Where's the repeat sign?
It has different words. The repeat sign's right there.
Where, right here? This dot? Not a repeat every time, that's boring.
Not every time. So then you're like, oh, Frosty the Snowman, and then you go like palm out like this, was alive as he could be. And the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. So you start like this, you, and then like this, and me. So your elbows pointed out. Good. And then you can switch hands again, and then we have the next verse. That's what the repeat sign is for. So, Frosty the Snowman, and take your hand up like this and put your palm. Knew the sun was hot that day. What?
No, Dad.
What?
No, Dad.
That's the second verse. See, we have to do the second verse. So it's like, oh, the sun's so hot. So like this way. Like, oh, knew the sun was hot that day. So he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Can you do that? Melt away. It's like you're melting. So Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day. So he said, let's run and let's have some fun now before I melt away. Good. And then take your hand, palm up like this, put it across your body. Down to the village with a broomstick in his hand. So again, you go across your body, down to the village with a broomstick in his hand. Running here and there all around the square, and then take your hand like this, like if you're yelling, catch me if you can. So let's start at the beginning of the second verse one more time. Frosty the Snowman, hand up, knew the sun was hot that day. So he said, let's run and let's have some fun now before I melt away. Frosty, down to the village with a broomstick in his hand. Running here and there all around the square, yelling, catch me if you can. And then take your hand and go back the other way. He led them down the streets of town right to the traffic cop. And he only paused a moment when he heard him holler. Take your hand like this. Go backwards and stop. So you're like, stop. He only paused a moment when he heard him holler, stop. So you have to start the circle like a holler. And he only paused a moment when he heard him holler, stop. And when you're singing, don't sing stop, like yell it, stop, really loud. So try it right now. Stop! Yeah. That's what you say if you see a snowman running around. Be like, stop! What are you doing, crazy snowman?
Is that how they do this?
Yep, and then
There's so many
we'll be done.
pages.
Only 3, we have to repeat them, so it's kind of like there's 6. And then Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. And then for this part, you can walk in a circle, slowly. 1 step for each thump. Thumpity, thump, thump, thumpity, thump, thump. Look at Frosty go, switch hands. Thumpity, thump, thump, thumpity, thump, thump, over the hills of snow. And then you can take your bow. How about we do over the hills of snow? Can you do that for the end? Like hills, they go up. Over the hills of snow. Yeah, and then take your bow. Good job, that's the whole song. Thumbs up for you, Minnie. Want to push the square so I can stop?